Bro, I was telling you earlier, I got booted last night. I went to Cascades, the rink for the first time ever. Yeah, and the parking was like full. So I parked in front of the Domino's right next to it. And then we go skate, have a good old time, and then come out. And I'm like, bruh, the whole parking lot got boots on it. The whole damn parking lot. I was like, this sucks, but at least it's not just me. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't take it personally if it's not just me. Like, all right, bro, we all fucked up. We cool. I go by the name of MMW, stands for My Mind Wanders, aka Music Meditation Water, aka Mark My Words. It's about to be the livest interview Fashionable Frequency has done to date. Make some noise. Yeah, and then you just put like applause in the background type shit. Yeah, shoot, man, that's real. Yeah, I grew up in church, and my parents didn't really play secular music for real. They mainly play like gospel music. My dad also played a lot of jazz and neo soul and stuff like that. So I got a lot of my roots from. And so, what I really liked about hip hop was that it just samples all those things. Like if you like sample based hip hop, you like jazz music. You know what I'm saying? People don't listen to jazz, but like if you listen to a lot of the beats and stuff, they sample the roots of where all this music stuff comes from, you know what I'm saying? So I identified that in a lot of hip hop beats. And it was really just like, especially, Kanye, all the soul samples and stuff like that. Like certain people, you could hear the DNA of where music came from in hip hop. That's what really made me gravitate towards it. So I always had that like mindset of it's in me already. So like whatever I make, it's gonna come out in it. A lot of my early beats, bro, literally sounded like I was using like live drum sounds, like it was like church, because that's all I knew, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like playing organs and keys and stuff, trying my best. I didn't know no music theory, but it sounded like church music, but also Odd Future at the same time. Yeah, thank you for, like acknowledging the graphic design on that piece, because I do a lot of the graphic design myself. Like before my part of my day job is like graphic design, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do. And so with that, I get to have fun and just like kind of art direct concept. Something like the God's Laugh cover art was really cool for me to execute, because I knew what the song concept was. It always starts with the song and then come up with the cover art afterwards. But I was just looking through references and I found this one dude's he did some like, he had like these old pictures of these like white people in like the 1930s or something, and would paint clown faces onto them, like spray paint it onto them. You know what I'm saying? So that's literally, it was really like, I saw that, I was like, this is perfect. Because I had an idea. I was like, I wanted to play with the concept of a clown. You know what I'm saying? God Laughs is just like, that's kind of the concept of the song, is just feeling like if shit in my life is happening, like, okay, the phrase, if man makes plans, God laughs. Sometimes things doesn't go your way, and it's just that exactly, bro. And so if God's laughing, I must be the clown. You know what I'm saying? And so that was where that came from. And I found the dude's references. I'm gonna have to shout him out if we do use this clip or whatever. I'll find it later. But yeah, and then me and my roommate shot that shit in our living room, pulled it into Photoshop, you know what I'm saying, made it black and white, added the color and stuff. Like, yeah, that's really fun for me. It's like coming up with concepts for the cover arts. One of like the coolest ones I ever did was Daydreams, bro. That one, found another reference photo, and basically it was like me with blonde hair. That's when I had blonde hair at the time. It was basically me with like a model, and we were kind of like holding each other, and then we would cut out my face. Because like if you're daydreaming, it's like you're physically there, but you're mentally elsewhere. So it's kind of like, yeah. And that one was cool because like we shot it and then I printed it out and like physically cut out the pieces and stuff. It wasn't like all Photoshop. Like I kind of touched it up in Photoshop afterwards, but it was pretty like arts and crafty. You know what I'm saying? So that was fun. It's fun to come up with like the cover art and stuff. It's like another. Oh yeah, that's a good question right there, bro. And for me, certain songs where I'm like, okay, this is my personal favorite bar, so I'm going to try this and see. Because, the content game now is just finding the best 15 seconds of any song for real, and, like, pushing that, And so what I started to do at a certain point was once I had a song that I knew I was going to drop, let's say, like, next month or whatever, or I was going to shoot content for it, I would send it to like 10 of my homies, just random homies. Some of them are into music, some of them are just regular homies. Some of them is like women, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is your favorite like line from this? Just tell me your favorite line. And I would literally just ask like 10 to 20 people, what's your favorite line from the song? And then if they all agree on a certain bar or two, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take these 2 sections of the song and make content around those, just to be really like strategic about it. Like, what's the most sticky lyric for people? Because, you know, doing like a little focus group basically. That's a good question, bro. I think where I'm at now, last year I kind of went hard dropping singles and stuff pretty consistently, dropping a lot of songs, and most of them was other people's production, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just, when I was trying to be consistent, there was a point where I was like, I want to drop a song every month. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to do that, like, I love rapping on my beats. I love my beats, but like, it's just easier when I have a beat that's already done, that all I got to do is rap. That's the only part I have to do. I don't have to mix and master and like arrange it and shit. You know what I'm saying? So where I'm at now in terms of like where I want to take my music to the next level is just like, I want to just create a sound that only I can make. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm diving into my production again because, like I said earlier, like I started out producing. I didn't even know if I was going to be rapping for real. I just happened to rap and realized I was good at it. You know what I'm saying? But I've kind of been like, most of my releases have been on other people's production. So I'm at a point now where I'm like coming back to what drew me to music in the first place, which is the production side of things. And that's been super fulfilling for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Honestly, so midBloom came from just, I think initially, the initial start of it was like me and Chigusa and Juvair. We all moved here to Atlanta together, and I'm an artist, right? And I just felt like I wasn't getting the platforms or the shows all the time that I felt like were to the standard of where I'd like to be. So I was like, let me just make that opportunity for myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. And so that's what we all trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Make platforms for ourselves, uplift the community, you know what I'm saying? So midBloom Fest really came from that, and like, let's put on a festival with our homies who are dope, you know what I'm saying? And put on a really good show for people. It'll have vendors, it'll have activities, it'll be outside, you know what I'm saying? So the first one we did last year around springtime, and we did that, executed it very well. I think, you know, organizationally, we're still figuring out a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because it was our first time really doing an event as a collective. But shout out my homies. Like, you know, I feel really blessed to be able to like make these ideas come to life with my friends, you know, who are talented and do what they do. But like, first and foremost, we're friends, you know, so that shit's really tight. We did the first midBloom Fest last year. It got rained out halfway through. That was like a big bummer for me because I didn't even get to perform. You know what I'm saying? We put in all that work for months and months and months, and then I didn't even get to perform. You know what I'm saying? Chigusa said got cut in half. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that was like a low point for me personally. Like, at that time, after that, it was like, that's where a lot of like the God laughs like era of like shit just happened and it felt like unfair. You know what I'm saying? Like, and after that, I was doing some shows with other people, and it felt like it wasn't going well. Like, it was like L after L after L, and I just wasn't like, I was like at a low point back then. I ain't gonna lie. After that event, they had to convince me to be like, let's do some more shit after that. You know what I'm saying? And so for the next one, For the Love of Music, which we just did last weekend, yeah, bro, we was like, we're gonna just make it a nice Valentine's Day party for people to pop out to. Small little. We're going to have artists perform, but it's going to be sort of like a club appearance type thing. So it's like, all right, we're going to get the vibes going, hip-hop music, Y2K vibes, and then it's going to transition to maybe Daydreams by me. And then I'm going to pop out the crowd, rap. People are going to be like, oh, shit, where'd he come from? You know what I'm saying? And then just transition into regular music again. So we kind of did that with, like, me and 3 other artists with different genres and stuff. And it was just dope, bro. Like, people really showed out, you know? I think compared to the first event that we did, it was a lot smoother organizationally behind the scenes, just planning and bringing things to life. The content performed better, you know what I'm saying? We as a team worked to have more chemistry this time. It went smoothly. We had a bigger turnout than we expected, you know? So, and people had fun. People genuinely had fun. You know what I'm saying? It's a party. At the end of the day, you want to go to a party and have fun. And people was telling me they had a good-ass time. So I was like, all right, we did our job. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Shit, man. What I want to leave with the people, man. Okay. I don't know, some like mental health shit, bro. For me, the biggest thing for me, I think that changed my life is just regular meditation and journaling. For real, I told you I did that this morning. But literally just talk to yourself, bro. Not even on no crazy shit, but literally if you just write down your thoughts, bro. I think a lot of us, I think we're in a generation that's hella anxious and like depressed and shit. I don't know if this will help the depression specifically or if you have chronic anxiety, but what I'm saying is like the overthinking, if you just write some shit down and literally just get it out of your brain and onto some paper, what I found is that it allows me to make more sense of the situations, and I'm a lot more compassionate for myself than what I would have been if I, like when you're thinking, you're just stuck in that loop. Whereas when you write some shit down, it's like, oh, I realize how I got from A to B to C, and it's okay that you did that. You know what I mean? I find that I'm like nicer to myself as a result of that and have deeper understanding of myself and allow me to like look at myself and the things I'm going through from a bird's eye view. And it's been incredibly helpful for me in my journey of just like self-growth for real. So yeah, meditation, journaling, and I think you will just have like, it ain't gonna fix all your problems, but at least you'll be able to like look at yourself and understand yourself a bit better, maybe make some better decisions moving forward, you know what I'm saying?